Hey,
Hi.
welcome back to Media Darlings. First of all, I woke up like 30 minutes ago
For the
from a
day? Oh, for real.
no, not just yeah, from a nap because this is our first episode where I'm back home and not in Korea. So, I've been like going to bed really late but then waking up really early and then I need to like take a nap at some point.
Yeah,
But how was your weekend? Aubrey just celebrated her birthday. Yay!
it was good. We had a lot of fun. I went down to San Diego.
Mhm.
We went to the beach, which was nice. Like the weather, I thought it would be really bad because it was like 70, but then it was pretty hot.
Oh.
And we got to do some foodie things I wanted to try out. And dry cleaning. It's like really, I don't know if it's like nationally like the best ranked ice cream or like just in California.
Mm.
Um, but I never went when I lived in San Diego. Like I never even thought about it. And then I obviously saw like a reel about it and I was like, "Oh my God, we need to go get that."
Mm.
So we got ice cream, which was delicious, and then this bakery that I always wanted to try. I was really trying to knock stuff off, which was also delicious. What else? We were gonna go to the Natural History Museum, which is it sounds not that fun, but didn't make it there because of some other things. And we did a cutwater tasting.
Oh, fun. Which is
Yeah.
your favorite flavor?
My favorite is Mai Tai, like always. I
Mm.
love the Mai Tai. But we tried out banana mudslide, which
Oh.
sounds gross, but you know banana is the flavor of the season.
Mm.
So we tried banana mudslide and it was actually really fire, even though it wasn't like super cold, which was gross.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so good. And we got banana frosties for the Minions meal from Wendy's.
Minions.
Yes. We got so many little Minions toys. I'm so excited, by the way. Like, I'll let y'all know next week how it is. I got seats for opening night.
Oh my gosh. See, okay. So I'm visiting my family this week. We leave on Wednesday, then we come back on Sunday. And like I always go see all the new Despicable Me or Minions movies with my grandparents. So I called my grandparents and I was like, "Y'all, so are we going? Like first day? Like what's going on?"
Yeah.
But my grandparents are like, "Oh, we kind of don't want to go on the first day because there's gonna be a lot of kids. It's probably gonna be packed, like it's summer, school's out." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I think I'm gonna try and convince them to go on like the second day, but I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
You should just go Thursday. And honestly, you should try and go like hit the matinee maybe. Well, I don't know if you're trying to avoid kids, but
Well, yeah, it's tough. We got to work it out. But I'm thinking I'm gonna try and get them to go maybe like kind of earlier, maybe at like the first showing or something. Because then we have to go pick someone up at the airport after anyway. So I'm like, okay, maybe we can just knock it out early, hopefully.
yeah, and it's like no one's gonna want to wake their kids up and go to the first showing. Everyone wants to hit like noon with their kids.
Yeah,
I think that'll be good. I'm so excited.
me too. And also, last time, the last movie that came out 2 years ago, that was a Despicable Me movie. That was not a Minions movie. Yeah.
And it was kind of a flop. I can't even really remember the plot.
I remember it's about the young girl who like wants to become a villain and she's like getting Gru or she's trying to get Gru to like teach her how to be a villain. I remember specifically your letterboxd review is like, of course this young villainous girl is like
Oh,
hashtag army.
I'm remembering now as you're saying it. She was an army fan. Oh.
Yes.
And then
Right.
the Minion superheroes, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember so like the last Despicable Me movie, I came out of the theater with my grandparents to a text from you that said Trump just got shot. And I was like, no way. It was that day. It was that same day. So like,
Was that
God
the
will.
first time? Oh, he actually did get shot once. When he got shot in the ear.
Yes,
Oh.
it was that. It was that. So
People
God
do
willing.
anything to take away attention from the Minions.
I know, right? Ugh, it's crazy.
He's I can't believe it's been that long and he's still getting sh Wow. Wow. Oh my
Uh,
God, that's reminding me. This weekend we went out. And my favorite bit is when I'm gonna say it and you're gonna realize it's like one of my favorite bits.
mhm.
We go to the first bar and the bouncer doesn't, he's like, oh, it's like it's your birthday. Like you don't have to pay the cover. Like it's cool. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. I'm so excited. And then I go to the next person who's like giving out the wristbands and checking bags. And he starts giving me my wristband and I'm like, aren't you gonna check my bag? And he's like, no. And I was like, I hate to say this and I really do, but I like have to. What about my knife? And he was just like laughed and then still didn't check my bag.
Okay, that's low-key crazy. He should have.
Like you're fired.
Yeah.
Undercover boss, you're fired.
Oh, yeah. What if you were like literally doing like some undercover boss, like testing the safety type stuff, and it's like, well, get,
He
get
would
ready
be
to get
mad.
a new job. Like,
Yeah. It was like eating me alive too. I was like, I'm so sorry I have to say this to you right now.
yeah,
Because I did that at Were you with me when I did that at Shebang?
no, but I feel like I've like
I've done
heard of
it.
you doing this, I think, or
Yeah.
like, yeah.
They'll have signs out. You know when like concert venues have signs out and it's like things you can't bring in?
Mm.
I like love reading those and then very loudly bringing like,
Oh, yeah, you do
so I
that.
can't bring my gun in?
Yes, I have. I think I have been with you at like outside lands or something, and you're like, "Oh, well, what about my knife in my bag?" Like, does that
I can bring mine in, right? Or I'm supposed to leave it out here.
count? Yeah,
It's such a good bit. It's
yeah, that's funny.
But I don't know why that reminded me of that. They were unrelated thoughts and everyone should know that.
Okay, perfect. And just keep that in mind, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unrelated.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm Okay. I like it. I don't have like a big list this time or anything or like things to talk about,
I have
but I
two
did. Oh, okay. Do you want to?
prepared. I can prepare. But go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say the only thing really is that I did start watching Love Island for real. I started actually watching the episodes instead of just listening to recaps
Yeah.
because I just like all the Casa Amor drama. I was like, I just like I need to like actually see it for myself. So I did start watching, and last night was like, oh, because they just did the recoupling after Casa Amor, which
Yeah.
is when, yeah, when they come back from Casa Amor and they find out if like the boys decided to stay with them or like chose to recouple up with someone else. So I was like, okay, at this point, like I need to just watch it for myself, you know? And have you caught up? Like, did you watch last night's episode?
Yeah, we watched the Megan the Stallion episode.
Yes, Megan! I was like, Megan, kill Casey for me. I was trying to through the screen and past like the time difference. I was trying to like put it into her mind with my powers, you know?
This is reminding me like a quick aside, your quote right there. You know the video of Tokyo Toni where she's like, I am going to ask my lord to kill you. We like quote that a lot. Literally yesterday, I realized I heard our friend saying it, and I was like, wait, I thought you were saying lawyer. This whole time I thought that it was I'm going to get my lawyer to kill you, which
Why
was
would
like
she be asking her lawyer to kill
her
someone?
having that power was cracking me up. That she thought that her lawyer would do that for her. It was making it so much better for me.
That is actually funny, yeah.
Like, I'm going to get my lawyer to I could get asking God, you know.
hmm
He
That's
might
what
he
everyone
might do
does.
that for you. He has that
Yeah,
power.
yeah,
Being
exactly.
your lawyer.
hmm
But yeah, yes, no. I really liked that Megan was like completely pitching in and being like so biased.
I was like, actually, I'm so glad that she like let them know, like, I'm not really messing with you guys. I'm not really messing. I loved at the end where she was like, girls, love y'all, and boys, you could step it up. Like just so like just blatantly biased. I was like, yeah, yeah,
I really loved it. My favorite was probably when Corbin was like, "Oh, but like you like my shit though, right?" Like, and Megan was like, "I wouldn't say all that." Permita does, like Permita does, but I wouldn't
yeah.
say all that for me.
That
It
yeah,
was
that was really funny. And like something also about Corbin, I just thought it was so funny when he like threw I think he threw his at Kenzie, right? His cake, he threw his at Kenzie
just like, why would you do that? Yeah,
because
he was like Kenzie.
yeah, objectively it's like you wronged her. She literally did nothing to you but like get mad as a response for like how you wronged her. And then it was so hilarious that he threw the cake at her and then told her like I'm mad at you because you were being mean and mad at me. And then she explains herself again, and then he was immediately like, "Yeah, it was my bad." What?
He was like, Casey, how dare you make me give Corbin a compliment?
Yeah,
But like Corbin at least was like, "Oh, I probably did say that, yeah."
yeah. He was actually like, you know what? That was my bad. I acknowledge I messed up.
Yeah, maybe I could have been less cruel with my
Yeah.
language.
Hmm.
No, Casey, like, you're not seeing heaven.
No, I literally I wrote this in my notes. This is one thing I wrote in my notes while watching. I wrote like, notice how Casey, when he threw the cake, completely missed Trinity. It's because like the devil's hand will never fall true, and every tongue that rises against Trinity shall fall. Like,
Exactly.
mhm.
Completely missed and then got like ended like a million times and ended by like Megan the Stallion. It was like
Yeah.
he was being such a
When it,
baby too. Like I would have no respect for him as a man in the villa because he kept turning away from the ice, like the icing.
yes, it was the last one when it was Anaya's turn, and she was like spraying him with the icing in the face, and he kept turning. You could hear the other guys being like, "Just take it, bro. Just take it, bro." And he
Take it like a
did
man, like boss up. Like I don't who
it.
he needed to boss up. He was not being a boss. He's not a boss. He's a little girl.
It's true.
I'm TT.
I'm TT. It's it's really tough because like the Casa girls, because of the situation, like naturally become villains, which is like they're not entirely innocent because it's like, and the girls said this. They were like, "We really have no issue with you. We have an issue with the guys." And then like you kind of make it worse when you defend them. Like, don't defend them, you know? And so it's like, yeah, they're kind of just just because of the structure of the show are naturally like villains, and then it is a little bit worsened by the fact that they're like defending these guys, but I do feel bad because it's like if they were like even bombshells, if they were bombshells or if they were like the original girls, I feel like I would like them. It's just it's really tough when we meet them in this scenario and then she's saying I'm TT and it's like, okay, how I can't like you when you're doing that. But then it's like after that when they made up and she was like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was out of line. Like, sorry guys. I was like, see, I could like you. I wanna like you.
She was really trying to fix her PR like stat, which
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting. It was good on her.
I was low-key like, girl, it might be too late because after last episode when Trinity was like, her out of here, I was like, they're already trying to vote you out, girl.
The votes are in. I'm sorry, like the votes are in
I
TT.
know. Yeah.
No, people did like I'm TT though. People really liked it. Like it was a good bar.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about it. It's like no one is treated with less respect and dignity than Casa Amor girls.
Yeah.
Certainly not the boys. Like it's just like the worst thing in the world you could be probably. And we were saying that if we ever were to get like cast, like go on that show, I don't know. I just don't know like why you would even accept a role as a Casa girl.
Yeah. It's really tough because I think it was Casey who was like, oh, see how we come back and they're like the original girls are being so mean to us. We had it nice in Custom World. the girls were never mean to us. I was like, that's because their fate on this show depends on if you like them or not. So like that's it's kind of like thinking the stripper really loves you, you know? It's like obviously, yeah, they're obviously, yeah, they're gonna be super nice to you because they want to be on the show.
Yeah, they're
But
actually the puppets and you're all the master.
yeah, but I do wonder. I'm like, I I'm so interested in knowing the behind the scenes of this show. And like when they're keeping these people in the hotel rooms, kind of, I wonder if they let them know at a certain point, like, hey, okay, we're gonna start Casa, you're gonna be in Casa. Like I'm just so curious about like how it happens.
We saw in PB in San Diego, we saw one of the Casa boys, one of the like first six that got voted off.
Shut up, that's crazy.
I was like, oh, okay, hi. I guess we could have asked. I'm sure so many people were like bugging him, like, how'd you get
Yeah,
cast? How'd you get cast?
yeah. That's crazy. That they've shipped him back home
Yeah,
immediately.
yes, first flight out of Fiji, and he's already at the bar. Like, damn.
I mean, you know what? That's probably smart because he's like, everyone wants to talk to me, let me go out and like get attention.
Yeah,
Yay.
he was in a good place for it too.
Mm,
Good for you, King. I mean, you got no Instagram followers from this, but maybe you can work your magic in person.
yeah, maybe.
Use your 15 seconds of fame.
Hmm. Okay, that was like the only thing that's on my mind. So, what were your topics that you want to talk about?
Okay, well, I have two of them, but I don't know, are you gonna, I don't know how you're gonna feel about either of them. The
Okay.
first one is the Club Chalamet thing.
I've like
Oh,
I've only just briefly seen things about her, but like I really just whenever I see something about her, I just try and like scroll. And like so I don't know what you're referencing.
she got assaulted
Oh,
by a non-binary Connor Story fan. And that's an important part of the story. That's why I mentioned their
okay. I was like, why would you say
No,
that?
it's an important part of the story.
Okay. Okay,
I
so
know. Yeah.
for context, Club
Club
Chalamet.
Chalamet. Everyone here's gonna know who Club Chalamet is. Club Chalamet is she's about 60 years old. Um, Previous Michael Fassbender, and then for a long time, Stan account. And
Hmm.
then she switched to Timothy Chalamet. For a long time, she was Club Chalamet, like a long time. But then recently, he started dating Kylie about 3 years ago. It's pretty recent. Started dating Kylie, and then he was like going on these like movie runs that were like good, but then he was never really winning. And I think that Club Chalamet like is a winner. Cause like Michael Fassbender, like he's an Academy Award winner, but I think when he started like his downfall and he has allegations, I'm guessing.
Oh, I had no clue.
I'm guessing. But he started his downfall and she was like picking up the next It Boy, right? So that's
Hmm.
where she is. So she's been Club Chalamet for a while. And she would always post about it and like post about it and she would like meet Timothy Chalamet a lot. And a lot of people were just like, um, and she would post these tweets that were like so obsessive, like not even with Timothy Chalamet as like a heartthrob, but with him as like an actor. And she
Hmm.
would be like, "This is the step by step of how he's gonna win the like his EGOT or whatever. Like this is step by step of how Marty Supreme is gonna sweep at the Oscars. He needs to do this PR move, this PR move, this PR move. Like just very parasocial things about him. And then
Hmm.
like would never talk about Kylie Jenner, would call her like, oh my God, she had some like weird nickname for her.
Ah.
I can't remember, but like, and then everyone was like, this person's crazy, like this person's crazy, and it became kind of like a thing. Like, if you're being like weird and obsessive about something, you're like being like Club Chalamet.
Hmm.
Um, but then he really didn't take anything home from Marty Supreme, and he's been like, I don't know, something happened. I think something switched where she was like, and she was receiving a lot of backlash for being Club Chalamet. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people were like dunking on her. A lot of people were like hate, like commenting hate. And she was like, I'm gonna step away from this. If you want to keep hearing my opinions on Timothy Chalamet, you have to subscribe to my Substack. She like bossed it. And, she made so much money off that. And also she does big business, okay? Because
Oh
she's
yeah, she's
always
super rich. I don't know how.
She has so much money and she has like a real job. Like people will be like, "How are you in Cannes?" And she's like, "I'm using 3 weeks of PTO, and I can afford trips like this."
Hmm.
And so that actually is playing into this. So she's kind of off that. And then Heated Rivalry came out,
Right.
and she was, enamored with Connor's story. She became really obsessed with him, and she was like, "I need to create a fan account for him now." And so
Hmm.
she created a fan account for him. And I remember having a lot of trouble with that actually because people kept like reporting her accounts. And then she was like, "I need to move in silence.
Hmm.
Like you all are preying on my downfall." But every tongue that, that rises against Club Chalamet shall fall. And so her new account is called S Glory. And glory is spelled like story. Okay. And this is actually so funny because I was just walking on the like treadmill and this tweet appears on my timeline. And for some reason I was reading it because, I was bored. And it's about 250 words. Um, I read the whole thing and then I was like, is this the new Club Chalamet account?
It's like her voice is so it's so distinct. It's almost like kind of like her the way she talks kind of reminds me of like the deciphered Zodiac killer like letters.
Yes.
It has like a very
Yes.
distinct tone.
She was I need to pull up the tweet. But the only thing at the end of the tweet that was really getting me is she kept like cussing a lot and she really does not usually curse in her
Mm,
tweets.
mm.
At the end it was like, oh my God, she was basically the tweet is that she was in Paris, for her trip. She's on a big trip. I think she was probably in Cannes or Cannes coming up. I don't know.
The film festival, I think it just happened.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes, because Jacob Lordy had the foot injury.
Hmm.
Okay. She's there, and then like it just so happens it's the same time as like Paris Fashion Week that she's in Paris. So she's posting the tweet and she's like, um, do you know this person? She assaulted me outside of this hotel. While over 100 or so fans gathered to wait for Connor Story's exit from the hotel for the YSL show. And this tweet is like so long. Basically, Club Chalamet's like, I wasn't even here to see him. It just so happened that we were here at the same time. And then I like, popped on over. And she's
Which is
like,
what that's what everyone says, by the way. I wasn't following him. I just so happened to be here at the same time.
we just so happened to, be in sync.
Hmm.
Like, and she was like, I was wearing my sun hat, my shades, and my SPF mask. Like, you couldn't tell who she was. And that's true, because the other person posted a picture of her. You have to be I mean, I would know who it was, but you have to be like also like a crazy stalker to know what Club Chalamet looks like.
Hmm.
You have to be crazy. And basically she's there, she's waiting, and then she keeps seeing this person like looking at her. This person keeps looking and then pointing and then like talking to other people about it, which I'm sure would be really scary. It's like all in French and you don't know what they're saying about you. And then, somehow their like crowds get shifted, whatever, and she ends up next to this person. And this person like calls her this person is like this is a quote. I know who you are. I know who you are, bitch. You bitch. I don't know if I should. Okay, that's a quote. And
Not Aubrey's words.
those are not my words. And then she says, I was flabbergasted. They go to grab the mask off Club Chalamet's face to like Scooby Doo villain like reveal her. And I was like, oh, I'm reading this like, oh my God. And then like this part. She calls me a bitch again. That's when I took her Manson family recruitment photo. Then I promptly called her the C word. Like, this is her voice. It's like, I knew it was Club Chalamet
Yeah,
speaking these words.
you can tell.
Yes. And then she says she turns around, she looks for Connor. Basically, what happens is he comes out, and this person, like, shoves Club Chalamet. And then they posted their side of the story too. And their side of the story was crazy because everyone I saw talking about this was like, first of all, you're also a stalker. You think you're better than Club Chalamet because like you're a more ethical stalker. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then you're also assaulting an old lady.
Hmm.
Like you, and then this person, they're posting, they're like, well, Club Chalamet misgendered me, and everyone's like, okay, I'm sorry. You're still in the wrong. You assaulted them.
Yeah.
Her. I'm everybody non-binary now. I kept doing that. I kept calling Club Chalamet them. I was like, because it's
Well, I mean, it's
the
like it's
idea.
gender neutral, you know.
Yeah. Like pop bass.
Uh-huh.
Um, and everyone's like, you need to stop posting about this. Like, you need to stop posting about this. And this French person is just like, yeah, I did that. Like, yes, I did that. And this is what happened. And yeah, like maybe I shoved her, but security like knew me and security didn't take me away, they took her away. Like, and it's like, why does security know you?
I was about to say, why does
She's
security
like,
not
yes, I've been there for 3 days and the security was very nice and we got to know them and we were very friendly and they knew I wasn't in the wrong. And then they're calling Club Chalamet unstable. They're like trying to justify this like attack on her by being like, she is very unstable. Everybody knows this. Who knows what could have happened?
which is
When
kind of like the pot calling the kettle black, you know?
and also not true. I mean, Club Chalamet is um ridiculous and
Mm.
like does post things that are like you could call them crazy. But Clip Chalamet never, like to my knowledge, has been like violent or like scary.
Yeah.
And like she has a lot of pictures with Timothy Chalamet, but more in like a boopsie way,
Yes, yeah.
where it's like that's just like her luck and her charm. And actually, Timothy Chalamet like a couple times would go out of his way to go and talk to her because he like knows her at this point.
Hmm.
So to call her like crazy and erratic is like you're just making that up because you were mad because you're mad.
Yeah.
But then it was really bringing up a lot of discourse about like not not only how it's like you're also a stalker, so I don't know why you think you're like better than this person, but also like Club Chalamet, she should have known not to get involved with Connor Story fans because like Timothy Chalamet fans are respectable people. Okay, he has like an established career. He has like many movies that have like won Oscars. He's got like, like real acting chops. And
Hmm.
I do think Connor Story is a good actor. But it's like when you come to fame in this like gay teenager show, the fans that is going to attract 6 months later is going to be like a much scarier fan base, much less, based
Yeah.
in reality.
It's really the difference between like becoming famous from something that is like more quote unquote highbrow versus becoming famous because of something that is like more
Oh,
quote
yeah.
unquote like lowbrow, you know?
Mhm. It's like she's gonna learn quick, and I think she's gonna stop being a Connor Story fan soon, or it's gonna get moved to Patreon.
I wonder like who will the Club Chalamet the fandom in her, like who will it possess next? Who it needs to find another host, you know? Who could she move on to after Connor's story? You know,
I
whoever
don't. Yeah.
whoever is gonna be Xaden in the Fourth Wing adaptation, he's gotta watch out. Like that might be next.
Nah, she's not gonna be into Josh Houston.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
can't see that for her. Maybe whoever's gonna be in the Icebreaker series.
Oh, that could be it. That could be it.
No, I feel like she probably has good taste. Connor Story is just like, I mean, I don't know how she even launched Heated Rivalry or why or why, but that seemed like a glitch. Like that seems like a one-off for her.
Well, okay, if you think about it, she became a Timothy Chalamet fan after he was in Call Me by Your Name. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if Michael Fassbender was also in something gay,
He
but that
probably
might be
is
like
someday.
she's developing a pattern.
Wait, okay, you're right. So it's gonna be the next big like gay show.
Mhm. Oh my God, Jack Innanen. Jack Innanen, watch out. If you can hear me, Jack Innanen, run from Club
You watch
Chalamet.
season 2 of Adults.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary.
That
That's
would be scary.
that's real. He might be too old.
I don't know. How old is he?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know what she's going off of.
Yeah.
It must be like she has vision though. Like she has vision. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
She low-key in another life would just be like a bomb talent agent. Like, really.
Could. I wonder if she does something like that.
Maybe. I feel
Something.
like she can't work in entertainment. There's no way she would like risk her career. It's like too close, you know? It would be crazy if she's like just an HR manager or something.
Club Chalamet is a psyop.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think I did. Like I was scrolling on Twitter, I think I did see something about vaguely about that. But I also so much of my Twitter is about K-pop stuff, so I saw something about stalking and I assumed it was like K-pop
K-pop.
related and not like Club Chalamet related, especially also because I think I knew that I saw that it was like around Paris or Fashion Week, and a lot of times like idols will get sent to like fashion weeks in Europe. And so I think I just assumed like, oh, it must be another stalking thing, which like, it's almost funny to kind of hear about it from this perspective now because after like living in Korea and living in Asia, the stalking of celebrities culture is like I don't want to say like normal, but it is like so much more common and I think people are so much more unabashed about it, which is just like it's just really interesting that to see the discourse though of like, around Club Chalamet being like, "Oh my God, like, well, Club Chalamet is like a stalker, but I'm a more ethical stalker." It's interesting because I feel like in K-pop and like in East Asia, the person who is like the ethical stalker wouldn't even by the East Asian standards wouldn't even be considered like a stalker at all. It would almost be like, well, compared to like the other crazy stuff people have done, that's kind of like
Yeah,
they
you're
are
on
kind of
sad. You're
ethical.
not trying to break into the hotel room. Like
Yeah, yeah, but
you're
it,
not at their actual front door.
yeah, but it is crazy that it's like I've that's one reason I feel like I don't know if I could be famous is the like there are like people who really think like that who are just like yeah, but if I wait like outside of your hotel it's like that's the right way to do it. It's like that's not how that works. That's not how that works. I can't imagine like I'm trying to think of like even in all my craziness and everything I've done and all that I've done for love, etc. I don't think that I've ever tried to like orchestrate a like planned thing where I'm like, oh my God, I just so happen to run into them. Because it's like, I think that's where I really draw the line is like, I don't know. I also feel like if I were to meet someone that I really like, I would rather have it be an actual, like, oh my God, I just ran into them. Because I think for me personally, like, I don't know, like orchestrating that or like knowing like, okay, they're gonna be there, so like we have to be there. It almost cheapens it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much better if it's like, oh my God, I'm at
Yeah.
this place and like this other person. It's kismet.
Yes, it is. It's like, whoa, fate really brought us together.
It's like I'm stealing this poster from the wall and you
Hmm.
happen to be walking right by me and it's actually a poster of you.
Like, whoa. Which kind of sort of happened to me because when I was stealing my inhaler poster off the wall, their photographer walked right by me and like watched me do it and was like on the phone and was like looking at me and I was like, hey. Okay, what was the other thing that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, this one's really, really random. I've just been obsessed with this and we were talking about it this weekend and only Jalen and I knew about it, so I want to know if you have you heard about the lost between borders guy?
Yes, the Norwegian guy who got stuck in India. Yes, I've seen that. I saw that video. Yeah.
I'm just really obsessed with him. We're gonna watch the documentary tonight.
There's a documentary?
Yeah, all these clips. It's a YouTube documentary. His name is Lassie Lund.
Hmm.
I'm obsessed with him. Like his videos are so funny.
Yeah, I saw the first video that came up on my For You page, and it's striking at first because it's this very like European looking man. It's a Norwegian man who has a very heavy, like Indian accent speaking English. So immediately you're like, "Oh, like, what the heck? Like, this is interesting. Like, what?" And he's telling the story. The video I saw is like him telling the story about how he, like, came to India on vacation with his parents when he was younger or something, and then they lost him and, like, went back to Norway, and then so he's been just, like, growing up and living in India and stuff, and I was watching this and I was like, "This is crazy," like, I feel so bad for him, like, how, did this kid get left behind and, like, they didn't help him or anything? But then I saw in some comments or I think I saw, like, someone post the video I saw on Twitter, and people and the replies were saying, like, this guy's low key a scammer. Like the Norwegian government like did try and help him or something, and like he got sent back to Norway, but they told him he had to like get a job to get like access to, all the like social benefits and stuff like that, and he refused to. And now he's just like back in India or something, and he's trying to like peddle this story for sympathy. And so I was like, I don't really know what is the truth, and I don't have time to like really delve into this. So like
I have time.
you
I
have
want him to
time,
get back to India. I don't know if it was just for the documentary. He's trying to get his story out there.
right? Hmm.
But yeah, he like went. I'm seeing conflicting information on when. Because I'm seeing some people say preteen, and then I saw someone that said he was like 4.
Mm.
Maybe he was 4 when he went with his family, and then basically like their visas expired, or his dad and his brother went home, and he was still with his mom in India, and her visa expired, so she got like arrested, and so then she was detained and then sent back to Norway, but then they like didn't do anything about her kid that she was with.
That's
He got
crazy.
stuck there, but he was only there for, I mean, he was there for a couple years, but then when he was 17, he went back to Norway.
Hmm.
And now clearly he's like at least 30.
Yeah.
So he's definitely like doing some kind of grift, but whatever it is, I'm really obsessed with it. Like I'm enjoying the grift, and he's filing, an adjustment against the government.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is like, yeah, he's definitely, there's some grifting happening, but I think like, I mean, at least there's more awareness about the fact that this can happen. Like, if this gets his story out there, and like maybe this has happened to other kids and they're like stuck in countries, like maybe this can actually bring some like real positive change in the world.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like, what do you even do? And Norway, he's a kid. He was stuck on the streets. He had
Yeah.
to be a tour guide.
Hmm.
Like, such direct quotes.
Yeah.
And it's like dangerous out there. Like, these are people you do not want to mess with.
Right. That is like, ugh, it's really, I think this is like obviously something that is, I don't know, like everyone knows this, but I think you don't like fully realize it until you're like put in a situation. But it's like immigration laws and like visa laws are like so scary. And it is so scary to go to a different country where you don't know everything. You're not fully confident like the how the laws work there or
Yeah.
like the language or everything or anything. Because it's like it's just scary. Like you can just get stuck in another country if you like mess up or something. Like I had to bring medication with me when I went to Korea because I have prescription medication. The main one that I had to bring was like um my birth control because I take hormonal birth control because I have really bad like hormonal acne, right? And I had to bring like quite a lot of it. And you have to when you're bringing any prescription and you have to like go through this process where you're like, okay, is this a controlled prescription or is it a non-controlled prescription? And I think if you have a controlled prescription, you have to go through like extra steps where you like submit an application and get approval and all this stuff. And even if it's not, they're like, even if it's like a safe prescription or whatever, they're like, we still advise that you have like proof of your prescription on you. Like, so I printed out like, okay, this is the prescription from my medical insurance portal, and this is a note from my doctor that says like this is why I have it, this is the amount I have, this is like why I take it, this is why I need it, blah blah blah. And even then I was landing in the airport and I was like, oh my God, what if I get arrested for drugs right now? Over my hormonal birth control, like, oh my God. And it's just like it's really scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Brittany Griner.
Oh yeah. See stuff like that. Yeah. It is.
It's like
It's
stuff that you think is so normal 'cause it's like here you can have pretty much whatever drug.
yeah.
They don't they're not really cracking down on it, but it's like can't even bring weed in.
Yeah, I saw just recently, I saw a story about someone who I think was Canadian and tried to go to, I think it was Georgia, the country, with like ADHD medication. And ADHD medication in the US is pretty easy to get, and we're like pretty lax about traveling with it or like regulations on it or whatever. But in a lot of countries, it's like it's a stimulant. It's considered as bad as like meth, you know? So this person tried to bring their ADHD medication, just had no idea that the laws were different there and like got detained. And now I think that that's like a situation where they're like trying to get him out still. I don't know. But like that is crazy. And like not to victim blame, but I did like I always look at the comments on like news stuff because I'm like I'm just interested to see like an average person's opinion, which is low-key bad sometimes because you know the meme that's like we taught this monkey like a median voter's politics and it killed itself. Like that's what it feels like opening the comments on any like SF Chronicle post, you know? But
Yeah.
I opened the comments and people were like, how did you not look up the laws of where you're going? And like I do kind of agree with that because it's like I mean, I'm just such a type A person that like even with like my birth control, I was like, I'm gonna have everything in order. I'm gonna print everything out just in case, you know? But I do understand if it's like maybe you just like don't even think of it, you know?
I don't know that I would think of that either.
Yeah.
Especially because Georgia, like, I mean, to me, even though I know this is not true, to me, like, European countries are just like gonna be pretty much similar to the US with
Mm,
just like a little bit stricter regulations.
mm,
But I would be like, yeah, ADHD medicine, this is like Tylenol, so I can bring that.
yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, it's not because, yeah, I think if it's medication that you don't take as like a drug, it's like you don't think it's a drug, you just think it's like your medication.
That's true. Yeah. It's just like you don't even think of it in like a
Yeah.
in that
It's not
way
like
at
I'm
all.
sneaking this in. It's like I need this and I'm bringing this.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just so interesting how countries just have like really different things. Because also when so like I did 2 semesters in Korea, but I came back home for winter break because winter break is really long on the Korean semester system. Winter break is like 3 months.
Mhm.
So the first time I went to Korea, I just flew straight to Korea and I was able to bring a lot of stuff. I like stocked up on a lot of stuff that's hard to get in Korea. First of all, I brought a bunch of Tylenol because Tylenol is just like it's not as easy to get. You can't just like walk into Target and get it pretty much. Like you can go to a usually in like little convenience stores, they'll have like little tiny bottles, but like only a couple. You can go, but otherwise you have to go into a pharmacy and talk to a pharmacist and be like, I need Tylenol. And even then you can't really get it in like large amounts. So it's just like I brought a huge thing of Tylenol. So like if I need it, it's just convenient, you know? And I also brought Dayquil and NyQuil because like those kind of cold medicines are also kind of just like harder to get. Again, you have to go to a pharmacist or you have there's really not like a an urgent care kind of system. It's like when you're sick, you have to go to the doctor at the hospital. You have to go to the hospital. And normally when people get sick, they just put them on like an IV or something to help them get better. There's no like cough medicine culture kind of. So I brought Dayquil and NyQuil, which helped a lot because I got the typical like fall semester college sickness, you know? And I used like almost all of my Dayquil and NyQuil. So when I came back for my second semester, I was gonna do the same thing, like stock up on all my stuff. But I couldn't bring the Dayquil and NyQuil because when I went back to Korea the second time, I went to Japan with my family first, and that is illegal in Japan. Dayquil and I, or I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Acetaminophen
both.
is?
I don't know. It's not like acetaminophen. It's like there's something in like the NyQuil that makes you sleepy.
Oh,
Whatever that is, I think it's that's like illegal in Japan. And so I wasn't able to bring that. And it was kind of annoying, but I was just like, thank God I looked it up because imagine if I got like detained at the, like Tokyo airport for having like cough medicine. And it's like, you don't even think of it like that, but yeah, it is kind of like a drug. Like that's literally what like lean is, you know?
kind of makes you wonder, like, if I didn't even really consider how many other countries are so against, like, how much medicine we take.
Yeah.
So I saw a post about that the other day where someone was like, culturally, like we don't or like I don't really take a lot of Advil or take a lot of Tylenol because it's bad for your liver. And I was like, I never once considered that it would have negative consequences on my health.
Mm,
And there have been periods where I would take an Advil every day for like 2 weeks.
that's
Or I would go
crazy.
4 Advil every day for like two
That's
weeks.
crazy.
It makes you feel better, but it's like
It's, yeah.
I hadn't really thought about it having long-term consequences. It's my medicine.
Yeah. And also, it's so interesting that you brought that up because I saw this reel the other day, which I was like, whoa, I thought that this was just a me thing. But apparently, it's like a wider cultural thing because other Californian people were agreeing with this. I guess you might be the exception
That's how
to
you
that.
like it. I think this is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes, it says. So it's this reel that was like a joke about how Californians don't really want to take like common medicines. Like we kind of resist taking like Tylenol or Advil, which is so funny because growing up, I never took Tylenol or Advil. The only things I would take is like Dayquil and NyQuil when I had a cold, and I thought that was just like a weird me thing. I was like, I don't know why I'm like this, or like I don't know why like I guess it was kind of like my family was like that too. It's like we were more just like, oh, I have a headache. I have to tough it out. I have to tough it out. It's like because I just never taken Tylenol before or Advil before. I was like, I just kind of don't want to. Like I've gotten through so much without it. Like it's fine, you know. And then so when I was I think it was, I'd had to be when I got my first concussion. I think that was when I like took Tylenol for the first time, and I was like, what do you mean this actually works? Like, this is magic? How did this like magically like, whoa, my pain is alleviated? Like, I almost couldn't believe it.
I would always take Advil to like break my fever.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because it's like
Yeah,
the
it was
same ingredient that's in Dayquil and NyQuil.
yeah, but I would never, I mean, no, I would take like decongestants
Mm,
with like Advil, but I was never drinking or I stopped, I guess, probably when I got to like high school, taking like Dayquil and NyQuil. I really never take NyQuil. But that's just kind of the way I get sick. It's like I think it's a different thing.
yeah.
I'll take daytime like non-drowsy medication
Mm,
because of, the American work ethic where it's like I'm even post-pandemic, like if I'm feeling bad, I have to go to work.
yeah.
Let me just take some medicine and get to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially Advil. I love taking Advil.
But that's so funny that like I saw that reel and I was like, oh, this is maybe like a California culture thing. I wonder if it has to do with like being like California sober. Like it's like we kind of are like we can do things like naturally, I guess.
Hmm.
Except you're like, I love my Advil. You never thought about the effect it would have on your liver. Maybe because like I have someone in my family who like worked in healthcare, like is very knowledgeable about that. And so I think I knew from a young age like that can have a bad effect on your liver, you know?
No, because you read the bottle and it's like, I mean, don't overdo it, but you're fine. That's basically it.
Yeah. They're just, yeah, when you read the bottles, it's like they're kind of throwing anything at you. They're like 2 to 4, 3 to 6 hours. Who could say? Who could say, you know?
Yes. Because even if you take too much, it doesn't really do anything to you. I
I
mean,
mean,
over like long term it would.
yeah, but also yeah, I think the only way like you would have a instant reaction is if you like, took like a real like handful, because then
Yeah,
that's when,
like way too much would. But if you accidentally like, take 2,000 milligrams instead of like 1,800 in your 24 hours, like nothing's gonna happen.
yeah, I mean, don't take our advice. We're not doctors, you know. This this is based on like personal experience only.
Yeah. No, when I sprained my ankle, they prescribed me, this was annoying. They prescribed me 800 milligram ibuprofen or Advil. I actually never know the difference. One of them has like one ingredient in it and the other one doesn't. I think ibuprofen and Advil have the same ingredient and then Tylenol has the other ingredient.
Oh no, ibuprofen is in Advil. I only know this because
Yeah. Yeah.
the only thing I'm allergic to is ibuprofen. So that's why I know. Like ibuprofen is like the base thing, and then it's also in Advil.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And then Tylenol's the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they prescribed me 800 and I was like, I take 800 milligram of Advil every time I take Advil. This is like not helping me with my pain.
Right, yeah.
If I had a mild headache, I would take 3 to 4 Advil, like just to be safe, just to really make sure I like nail it.
Right?
So what is this doing for me? I was so mad. I was like, why did I even spend 3 hours in the urgent care
Yeah.
if you're not going to do anything for me?
Hmm.
I have 800 milligrams of Advil. Thank
Yeah.
you. I have that, and it doesn't cost me $15
Hmm. I
and
think,
time. Yeah.
yeah. I think, yeah, I feel like I never, when I have like things like that, I never go to the doctor because I'm like, I know that they would tell me like, okay, if you're in pain, take Tylenol. And I would know when I was younger, I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna take Tylenol. So like, there's really no point in going to the doctor unless this is a situation where like I need oxycodone. I'm probably like fine, you know?
Really, the only reason I went to the doctor was because I like thought I might have broke it or like fractured it.
Mhm.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, because I've sprained my ankle before a couple times from like cleats.
Hmm.
I guess it's a different sensation than this. I literally thought I broke it because I like couldn't walk on it.
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I don't want to go to the doctor. I really don't want to go to the doctor. It's gonna take so much time. And I never do. But I needed to get an x-ray. Then they were like, not even a fracture. I was like, really? Not even anything? Not even a little bit? And they were like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, you knew this 3 hours ago because you got the x-rays back. So I don't know why I've been here this whole time.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me to ice it.
Hmm.
They should make x-rays that go right to your phone. They should just scan it, digitally upload right to your phone.
They should look. But the thing is like, I mean, yeah, like that would like help you as the patient know instantly if like there's something, but it's like it would only mean something to you if it was incredibly obvious. Like the doctor still needs to interpret it, you know? Because like they might see like a slight thing that's off that like you would not know with your naked eye.
I hadn't really thought about it that way.
I mean, that's why it has to go back to the doc. You know, like even X-ray technicians and like ultrasound techs and like MRI operators, like they cannot even tell you anything. And trust me, I would know because like I've had so many things wrong with me. I've had so many like MRIs and ultrasounds. I'm probably like my insides are probably like neon. When they cut me open when I die, they're probably gonna be like, "Ooh,"
I
you know.
was gonna say something about that because when I got mine, he told me, the guy doing it revealed to me that they stopped doing the bib when you got your x-ray because the bib was trapping the radiation and making it worse. They just found that out. That was
Crazy.
2026. They just found out that now when you do the x-ray, you don't wear the bib anymore because it was trapping the radiation and bouncing it between your body and this like piece of tarp.
Well, that's great to hear as someone who's worn one of those bibs about 250 times.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I already knew, like,
I was just
realistically,
like, who thought it was a good idea to put the bib on? If you're not going to make the bib radiation proof, what are we wearing it for?
I don't even know what the bib is. Is it like
It was
lead?
supposed to reflect the radiation. That was the point of the
Oh,
bib.
I thought that the bib was like lead or something, and then the lead would like stop the like, I
Or
don't
maybe
know.
it absorbs it.
I don't
It's
know.
supposed to do something to keep it from getting to you.
Yeah, I knew
I thought it
that.
was making it worse.
Well,
I just think they should have known that.
they definitely, I feel like we could have gotten to that sooner. We could have figured that out sooner.
When was the bib working? Like, did you guys change the recipe for the bib? Because
Probably
when
not.
did
I feel like
when was the experiment successful?
yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Is how did you like, how did the bib become the standard? Why were they like, oh, this does work? Like, did they do a control? Is that even possible to do a controlled experiment? Because like radiation exposure is so like the difference between like whether or not you're wearing the bib. Already, I imagine that that's so like negligible, that difference. And then in order to fully understand the impact of it, of the difference, it would have to be like a long-term study. So I'm interested, like, okay, how did that become the standard? What was the procedure, or was it just some random person who was like, I feel like we should put something between them. Just
And they
throw
were just
something
like,
between.
let's do bib.
Yeah,
Like a weighted blanket thing.
yeah, yeah.
And you wear it everywhere. You wear it at the dentist. Like
Oh, that's true.
everyone believes in the bib.
Yeah.
This big like mass psychosis.
It's like the big bib industry is like orchestrating this.
Oh my God, I wonder.
If they're lobbying, if the people who make the bibs are like lobbying,
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
maybe, maybe.
How else would it have even like come about? Someone was just selling this dream.
Yeah.
Or, like maybe if I make it heavy and tell people it's full. I think if it was full of lead, that would be bad for you too, right? Or lead is only bad if you ingest it.
I really, I don't know why I thought that it was made of lead. I think because it's just heavy, I was like, this must be lead. I like,
It's probably not lead. That would be crazy.
it's probably
Getting like
not.
lead and radiation, like both.
Well, I is lead safe if you just,
I
yeah,
th you can
I think
touch lead. You
you
just
can
can't
touch
eat
lead.
lead, right?
Yeah, I think lead poisoning only happens when you ingest it like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just a lot to think about. I don't know how we got here.
Where
We got lost between borders there.
yeah. It's so funny when like I remember being little and like thinking like, oh, the world is like everything is standardized kind of. I remember telling my this is like a crazy thing for like a kid to say, but I was telling my brother when I was like 7 and I was like, what do you think is gonna happen in our lifetimes? Like, 'cause, like they're every like in every lifetime, in every era, like something goes wrong. And just I was so young that like nothing had really gone wrong to me yet. And so I was like, what do you think it's gonna be? Because it can't just be like we've solved everything, you know? And so it's so funny because now, obviously, we've experienced a lot of things going wrong. We've experienced a lot. But it's so funny when something like this bib thing happens because immediately it's like, oh, this is just gonna be like how they would put that glowing stuff on plates in like the 60s and the 70s, you know? It's like, oh, the bib is that's it for us. Or like when they would put like when they would just like paint over asbestos, you know? And then they were like, "Ooh, we actually figured out we shouldn't be doing that."
And they
It's
do
like,
it with lead paint.
yes, exactly. And they would do it in like nurseries, which is the worst part. But it's so funny when like something like the bib happens and it's immediately like, oh, okay. So that's, and like 30 years from now, like next generation is gonna be like, can you believe they were wearing the bibs? They were just soaking up all that radiation, you know?
There can't be much left of it in the world, honestly.
It's all been soaked up by our body.
We must have we must have really helped the environment.
I don't think
America is doing good environmental work.
I don't think radiation is not what's like damaging the ozone layer, right? Is that what you're thinking is going on?
No, I wasn't thinking that. It just
Okay.
has to be bad, right? Or is it just bad for us? It's
I
bad for the it kills stuff, right? Other stuff. But I guess if we die, we're leaking it right back into the ground.
technically everything has a level of electromagnetic radiation. I learned about this in my global warming class. And so let's go based off of what I learned 2 years ago and what immediately left my mind after I got that A on that final, okay? And so what I remember is everything has electromagnetic radiation. Even our bodies are like radiating stuff. It just matters when it's like on a bad end of the scale. So the radiation that is from like an X-ray, I think it's like a little bit worse or like comparable to like a microwave or something. And so I think it might be at the level where it's bad for us, but it's not bad for like everything. But really, who could say? Probably my professor. And I probably did know at some point 2 years ago, but like as of right now, like who could say?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Isn't it interesting how like so many things are unknown to us? Like we walk through life and it's like, wow, we were just getting blasted with radiation and we don't even know like what radiation really does.
And I couldn't even feel it.
Right. You would think like if radiation's so bad, you would think it'd be like a microwave, like it'd be warm or something, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's a sign that like something's bad."
It would have a smell, maybe like sulfur.
Yeah.
No, it's the silent killer
Hmm. Like lead paint.
in your Stanley Cup.
Hmm. I was also thinking recently about like physics. And that's another thing that's just like there are so many things in the world to me that are unknown, you know? Like that Wov isn't that Wovicki tweet that's like, I wish to know everything that is unknown or something like that.
That's a Woah Vicky original.
No, I'm pretty sure she stole it from a philosopher. But it's like one of those like, you know, when people screenshot her tweets, yeah. But isn't it crazy how like physics affects our everyday life? Like that is actually like
Yeah.
why why we're alive. Like it is so important. But if you're not a physicist and if you've graduated high school, you can just kind of like walk around and be like, that doesn't involve me. Isn't that so beautiful that we can just walk around and be like, that doesn't involve me?
You can really just be ignorant to whatever you choose to be.
Yeah. And some people are just like, I don't believe in physics because it's all God. Like, isn't that crazy that people can just like believe that and like that's their reality because they believe it? Like,
It's beautiful.
it
It's
is.
really sweet, actually.
It is. Like, I think it's cute when you think about it, when you think like, oh my God, all these people are just walking around the planet with like they don't even know what physics does and they're just like, "Yay, it must be God." Like, and maybe it is.
Because physics could really be made up and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like I could have learned it and it could be like a fake made up thing. Like
Yeah. I think that also about time because, you know, people that's another like you know when people do like those edgy like most base level existentialist thoughts where they're like, "Ah, how do we even know time is real? Because like who tells us that what time it is and blah blah blah." But like my brother was explaining to me because he took a class that was like really like high level, I don't know, it was like science or math or something. But it's like the reason time exists is like there's an actual like mathematical breakdown of like of to prove like time is real. And he was telling me like everything his professor explained about like how we know time is real and stuff. And it was just like it is like wow, it is real because like all of this like in-depth stuff that like proves it, you know? But it's like wow, that doesn't affect me at all. And like I'm just like, yay, it's 7:30 p.m. I'm like, okay. Do you want to do our media of the week?
yeah, when you know our media.
Okay. Um, I I've been so busy because I've been like I came home and then I've just been like unpacking and doing a lot of stuff. So I have not been really reading that much. I'm still reading Quicksilver. So that's what I've been reading. And then for watching, you know, it's been Love Island, and I've been watching a lot of unsolved mysteries videos. Um, I can't watch like ghost ones because those ones actually scare me, but like just regular unsolved mysteries. And I finally saw Obsession, the movie. Yay. And then for listening, I've been listening to an artist whose name is Love Spells. And I really like their stuff. I found it recently and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I've been listening to that and a lot of old stuff. Like I've been listening to Electric Light Orchestra. My favorite song right now is Don't Bring Me Down. And also I've been listening to some Robin lately, who is famous for the song and girls like Dancing on My Own, but also Robin is just like an amazing artist with so many other hits. My favorite right now is Dopamine, which is like, I know it's just dopamine, that one.
Josh keep sorry. My sorry, okay, Josh keeps playing Sexistential.
Hmm.
Oh my God, I'm like, shut up, shut up.
You
But
don't like
that's
it? You don't like it?
I like Robin.
Hmm.
Sex Essential is so ridiculous, but I don't like songs like that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like songs like that. Like
Mm.
they love Sushi by FKA Twigs too.
Mm.
I'm like, we need to turn this off. I can't have you listening things to me. I can't have you listening things.
Hmm.
But yeah, Robin is good. Like her pop music, besides
Mhm.
this one song that I keep having to hear.
Right.
Me. Okay, I finished My Brilliant Friend. It
Yay.
was awesome. And I'm gonna read the sequel. And then I just started yeah, I like, was thinking about it. I was like, oh, I only have like one book I'm reading right now.
Yay.
Well, actually, no, I'm lying. I'm lying. I started Fame Sick, because that's what we're doing next for book club by Lena Dunham.
I want to read that so bad.
I'll let you know. The prologue was not that great, but
Oh.
I want her to be too Mindy Kaling, and she's like just not Mindy Kaling. I love Mindy Kaling's like autobiographies. Anyways, and then I'm reading Funny You Should Ask,
Mm.
which I've heard really mixed reviews about. So we will see. And
Mhm.
then for watching, yeah, I guess I've just been watching Love Island. Um, the last movie I saw was not Obsession, but it was something. Oh, it was Leviticus. I went and saw Leviticus. It was pretty good. I mean, for a horror movie, I didn't like the jump scares though. And then I'm
Yeah.
seeing the Minions movie, and I think I'm also going to see Toy Story 5 this week.
Oh yeah, you're having such a like dog with the spinny hat
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. And then for listening, the Ryan Beatty album came out,
Mm.
and I was really excited for it. I thought the Strokes album was coming out too, and then they pushed it back a month.
Yeah.
Just like they were having too much fun celebrating my birthday, so they had
Mm.
to postpone their album.
They did it out of respect to you. They were like, let's let her have her time.
Yeah. But off the Ryan Beatty, it's not as good as his second album,
Ooh.
which is fine. I really love the lead single Secret Language. I said that last week, but like having heard the full album, I'm like, this is a real standout.
Yeah.
And I like Florida Liz. It's probably Delise.
Hmm.
That one's good. And then I've been listening to How Can You Live If You Can't Love by Wednesday, which I think is an original, probably not a cover. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then, I mean, yeah, I've been kind of listening to podcasts at work, but not really.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey. Well, that's it for our episode. I actually can't believe that like we actually did 2 weeks in a row. Let's keep this up. Let's keep this,
no,
even though like no one's listening, let's keep it up, guys.
you really need to try to film on Sunday next week, but I'll try and be home early.
Yeah. Okay. Um, well, see you next
Yeah,
episode.
see you next episode. Thank you guys for
Bye.
tuning in. I know you are.
Bye.